students, for normal functioning of our body, we need carbohydrate, proteins, lipids, nucleic acid, hormones. What are they? They are called as biomolecules. Biomolecules means they are contains elements like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and phosphorus. Because of these elements, the biomolecules, they provide energy for the biological functions. Okay, yeah. Now, what is the lesson? Today's lesson is biomolecules. In these biomolecules, why we have to study these biomolecules? Because for normal functioning of our body, we need biomolecules. We don't know that biomolecules means how can we rectify any fault is going on in our body means how can you rectify? So we have to have the knowledge about these biomolecules. Now glucose. What is the formula for glucose? C6H12O6. Then fructose. Fructose formula also C6H12O6. Both the one having same formula, but the name is different. How can you different this one? The structure is different. So what is the difference in between the structure we are going to study in this lesson. The next one, what are the topic we are going to cover in this video means carbohydrate, which are called as carbohydrate, and their configuration and their classification. The next one, structure of glucose. So these are the topics we are going to cover in this video. Rest of the lesson in PPT. Some important biological functions in our body are respiration, digestion and communication of the signal. For that we need energy. So which one give energy? Biomolecules. So biomolecules means carbohydrate, proteins, lipid and nucleic acids. They act as a fuel and provide the energy for the biological function like respiration, digestion and communication. So that field of that studying about this biological process and what are the chemistry behind that is called as biochemistry. In this lesson we are going to see some important biomolecules, their structure and their importance. In every living organism, the most abundant biomolecule is carbohydrate. They are known as saccharide. Why they are called as saccharide means in Greek word saccharon means sugar. So many of the carbohydrates are sweet in taste. So they are called as saccharide and they consider as a hydrates of carbon. Why they are considered as hydrates of carbon means it contains carbon as well as the hydrogen and oxygen. They are in the ratio of water. So they are called as hydrates of carbon. And general formula of carbohydrate is CnH2O the whole power n, and it is called as polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone. Now see the glucose formula. The glucose in the first carbon is CHO, so it is a aldehyde, and then second carbon to sixth carbon it contains hydroxy OH group, so that it is called as polyhydroxyaldehyde. Glucose is the polyhydroxyaldehyde. But fructose, you see that fructose in second carbon it contains ketones, and also the rest of the carbon, the first carbon and third to sixth carbon, they have the OH group, so that they are called as polyhydroxyketones. And then we can classify the carbohydrate as monosaccharide, disaccharide, oligosaccharide, polysaccharide. Monosaccharide means they contains only one single, that is single sugar, simple sugar. Then now sucrose is called as disaccharide. Why they are called as disaccharide means see the structure, one of the structure is glucose, another structure is fructose. So it contains two simple sugar, on hydrolysis it gives the two simple sugar, so that it is called as disaccharide. And oligosaccharide it contains 3 to 10 monosaccharides, so that they are called as monosaccharide means simple sugar, so that they are called as oligosaccharide. And polysaccharide, for example here starch, that polysaccharide means it contains more than 10 monosaccharide, that is called as polysaccharide. And then the carbohydrate, they are produced by the plants with the help of green leaves during the photosynthesis. They use the carbon dioxide and water In the presence of sunlight, they are converted into glucose and provide the oxygen. Then the glucose, which one is produced by the photosynthesis, that plant is consumed by the animals, that glucose is converted into other form of carbohydrates. Configuration of carbohydrate. There are two configuration, capital D and capital L. It is drawn by the Fischer projection. In first of all, this is the D-glyceraldehyde. The glyceraldehyde contains 3 carbon indicated in 1, 2, 3. The second carbon is a chiral carbon. Why it is called as chiral carbon means around the carbon we have 4 groups. The first carbon is CHO, and right side we have OH, and left hand side H, and bottom we contain CH2OH. So different groups are present around the second carbon. So the second carbon is a chiral carbon. Now in this one, the oxidized carbon, the most oxidized carbon means aldehyde and ketone, they are present at the top. And then the OH group we have to consider in the chiral carbon alone. So which one is a chiral carbon? The second carbon is the chiral carbon. The OH group is present in that one right hand side. So right hand side means it is called as capital D. Now see that in L-glyceraldehyde, the OH group is present in the left hand side. The second carbon containing OH group, it is present in the left hand side. That is called as L configuration. Now based on this D-glyceraldehyde and L-glyceraldehyde only, we are going to consider the other carbohydrate. And first of all, you see the D-erythrose. Erythrose means it contains 4 carbon. In that one, the top carbon contain aldehyde, that is most oxidized carbon, and you see the third carbon is a bottom chiral carbon. That bottom chiral carbon, it contains OH groups in a right hand side, so that it is a D-erythrose. In L-erythrose, the third carbon, the OH group is present in the left hand side, so that it is a L configuration. In D-ribose, it is also the fourth carbon, it is a chiral carbon. Not only fourth carbon, the 2, 3, 4, all the one are chiral carbon only, but we have to see the bottom chiral carbon means fourth carbon only, bottom chiral carbon. In that one, the OH group is present in the right hand side, so it is a D configuration. The same way in L-ribose, the fourth carbon OH group is present in the left hand side, so it is a L-ribose. And in glucose, the fifth carbon is a bottom chiral carbon. In that one, the OH group is present in the right hand side, so it is a D-glucose. And L-glucose, the fifth chiral carbon, the OH group is present in the left hand side. It is based on the glyceraldehyde, so that it is a L configuration. If the compound possesses chiral carbon means it acts as a optically active compound. In all carbohydrate, it contains one or more chiral carbon, so that it is the optically active compounds. Then we can find out the optical isomer by the formula 2 power n. N is the number of chiral carbon. For example, the number of chiral carbon is equal to 3 means we get the 8 optical isomer. How it is means 2 power 3 means how can you split 2 into 2 into 2, 2 into 2 4, 4 into 2 8. So we get 8 optical isomer. In all carbohydrate, it contains chiral carbon, so that it acts as a optically active compound. Now in Fischer, we already see in previous slide, there are two enantiomeric form, that is capital D and capital L. It is based on the glyceraldehyde. In glyceraldehyde, there is two type. One is D-glyceraldehyde and another one is capital L-glyceraldehyde. D-glyceraldehyde, the OH group, the chiral carbon OH group is present in the right hand side. The same way in glucose. In glucose, the fifth carbon, the OH group is present in the right hand side. So the glucose is named as a D-glucose. and there are two sign, one is plus and another one is minus. The plus sign is indicate that it is a textro-rotatory. What is textro-rotatory means? They rotate the plane polarized light in a clockwise direction, so they are called as textro-rotatory. And another one is levo-rotatory. It is a anti-clockwise direction. It rotate the plane polarized light in anti-clockwise direction, so they are called as levo-rotatory. And textro-rotatory compound represented by the D plus or L plus, and levo-rotatory compound they are represented by D minus or L minus. Monosaccharide. Mono means single, so it contains a single sugar, that is called a simple sugar. So they cannot be hydrolyzed by water. In disaccharide, for example, sucrose, it contains glucose and fructose in its structure. On hydrolysis, it gives glucose as well as fructose. But in this monosaccharide, it cannot be further hydrolyzed, so that it is a monosaccharide. The general formula for monosaccharide is Cn, the H2n whole power n. Then in nature we have only 20 monosaccharide. For example, glucose, fructose, ribose, erythrose, they are. And based on the functional group and based on the number of carbon, they are classified as many monosaccharide. And functional group means it is contain aldehyde, means it is called as aldose, and ketone means it is called as ketose. And number of carbon 3 means it is called as triose, 4 tetrose, 5 pentose, and 6 means it is called as hexose. The carbonyl carbon is present as a aldehyde, means it is called as aldose, and carbonyl group is a ketone, means it is called as ketose. Now only I told you. And there are how many carbon is present here means 3 to 8 carbon it contains in most of the common monosaccharides. Now we are going to see some monosaccharide glyceraldehyde. See, the chemical formula is given. How many carbon is there? 3 carbon. So 3 carbon means triose, and aldehyde is a functional group, so aldotriose. The type of sugar is aldotriose. And dihydroxyacetone. In this one the formula is given there. There is 3 carbon present and ketone is present, CO is indicated at blue color. And so 3 carbon means triose and ketone means ketose. So keto triose, the type of sugar in dihydroxyacetone is keto triose. Then erythrose. Erythrose means it contains how many carbon? 4 carbon. See the chemical formula. For your reference only I gave the chemical formula. So 4 carbon means tetrose, and aldehyde is the functional group, so it is a aldotetrose. And erythrulose, how many carbon is present means 4 carbon. What is the difference between erythrose and erythrulose means erythrose contain aldehyde group but erythrulose contain ketose group, so that it is called as the type of sugar is ketotetrose. The next one, ribose. The formula is given you refer that. How many carbon present in here? 5 carbon, and functional group is a aldehyde, so it is a aldopentose. And next one, ribulose. The functional group is ketone, and 5 carbon is present, so that it is ketopentose. And glucose, in that glucose there is 6 carbon present, and functional group is a aldehyde, so that it is come under the category of aldohexose. And fructose, the formula contain ketone groups, and then 6 carbon is present there, so it come under the category of what type of sugar is this? Ketohexose. General formula for aldose. In top we have CHO, in bottom CH2OH, in between that the CHOOH group n time present. The n value is varied from 1 to 4. First of all, in glyceraldehyde, number of carbon is 3. So if you put the n value 1 only, we get the number of carbon 3. Then erythrose, there is 4 carbon, so that in the above formula you put n value 2 means we get 4 carbon. Then ribose, it contains 5 carbon. In the above formula you put n value 3 means we get the 5 carbon, because already there is a CHO and CHOH, like this 2 carbon is present. So remaining we need 3 carbon, so that the n value is 3 for ribose. In glucose the number of carbon is 6. So already in bottom and on top we have each one carbon. Remaining we need 4 carbon, so that the CHOH group, the n value is 4. Then here the next one, ketose. The ketose general formula is given that the CH2OH and C double bond O, it is present in the top, and one of the CH2OH group, it is present at the bottom. In between the ketone and CH2OH group there is NCHOH. Now you see that the n value is here, the ketose 0 to 3. It is different from that aldose. How it is 0 to 3 means, you see the example for that. In dihydroxyacetone there is 3 carbon. The 3 carbon means the n value you put 0 means we get the 3 carbon, so that n value here is 0. Then erythrulose, there is 4 carbon present. If you put n value 1 means we get the 4 carbon in the ketose. And ribulose, there is 5 carbon. 5 carbon means n value you have to put the 2, then when we get the 5 carbon in the ketose. And fructose, 6 carbon. They already it present 3 carbon in the general formula. The n value you put 3 means we get the another 3 carbon, so that the n value vary from the ketose is 0 to 3. Glucose, it is a simple sugar, and also it gives the more energy to us, so it is a major energy source for us, and it also a important sugar in our body, and it is mostly occurred sugar in our body, and it present in the honey and sweet fruits like grapes, mangoes, so it is called as fruit sugar. And in blood it contains 100 milligram per deciliter, so that it is called as blood sugar. And it is obtained in the combined form in a sucrose, starch and cellulose. Then we are going to prepare the glucose with the help of sucrose from the canned sugar. It is boiled with the dilute sulfuric acid in the presence of alcoholic solution. It gives glucose along with the fructose. Glucose formula is C6H12O6. Sucrose formula is C12H22O11. Then we can prepare the glucose from the starch. Starch formula is C6H10O5N. On hydrolysis with dilute HCl at high temperature and under pressure. High temperature means 393 Kelvin and pressure 2 to 3 atmosphere. It produces glucose. We get n moles of glucose. Glucose structure, see the structure in right hand side. There is 6 carbon. The first carbon is CHO, and then second to 6th carbon it contains OH group, and IUPAC name for this glucose is, how many carbon means 6 carbon totally, so hex and single bond ene, and then aldehyde means Al, so hexanal. But the hydroxy group, it is present from the 2 to 6 carbon, so that we have to say that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pentahydroxy hexanal. And the aztec group, it is in the second carbon to 5th carbon. It says that it is a asymmetric carbon, that is chiral carbon. Around that carbon it has the different group, so the second, third, fourth, 5th carbon is called as asymmetric carbon. It is called as aldohexose because it contains aldehyde group and as well as 6 carbon, so that it is called as aldohexose. And it is optically active because it contains 4 asymmetric carbon, that is 4 chiral carbon. So the substance which possess chiral carbon, they are act as a optically active compound, and they are dextrorotatory. That what is dextrorotatory means, they rotate the plane polarized light in a clockwise direction, so they are called as dextrorotatory. And another name for glucose is dextrose. And we can confirm the structure of glucose by following the evidences. The first evidence, based on the elemental analysis and the molecular weight determination, the molecular formula proposed is for the glucose is C6H12O6. It contains 6 carbon, 6 oxygen and 12 hydrogen. And then in the second evidence is when the glucose is reacted with the concentrated HI in the presence of red phosphorus at 373 Kelvin, it produces N-hexane and then 2-iodohexane. It indicates that it has 6 carbons in linear way. It has 6 carbon in linear way. By this reaction we can confirm it. Glucose contains CHO, the aldehyde group. It is called as carbonyl group. It is confirmed by the following reaction. First of all, the glucose is reacted with hydroxylamine, formula NH2OH. We are going to remove the water. I indicated in blue color. Aldehyde gives oxygen and hydrogen, 2 hydrogen we are going to remove from the hydroxylamine. That is indicated in blue color. So remaining we are going to add, we get CH double bond NOH, remaining CHOH 4 times and CH2OH. Name of this compound is glucose oxime. The next one, glucose is reacted with the hydrogen cyanide. Here the glucose, the aldehyde, we are going to write in a structural formula C double bond OH. Then one of the electron from the double bond, it goes to oxygen because oxygen is a more electronegative than carbon. So oxygen becomes negative and carbon become positive. The hydrogen cyanide, the hydrogen is H plus and cyanide is minus. So positive goes to, which one is positive here? Hydrogen. So the hydrogen goes to oxygen and cyanide minus character. So the minus character is attracted by the carbon because carbon here is a positive character. So we get the compound like CHCNOH, CHOH 4 times and CH2OH, that is called as glucose cyanohydrin. This is the one of the character of aldehyde characteristic reaction. So this from this reaction we are going to confirm that the glucose contain carbonyl groups. In this reaction we are going to confirm that the glucose, it contains aldehyde group one end and primary alcohol in another end. The first one, the center one is the glucose. Glucose, the top it has aldehyde, it indicated in orange color round mark. Afterward we has CHOH 4 times and then bottom we have CH2OH, that is called as primary alcohol group. This glucose, when it is reacted with a mild oxidizing agent like bromine water, please see the right hand side, the aldehyde, the orange group, that orange round alone changed as a acid, that is oxidized. Oxidized means addition of oxygen. Aldehyde added with oxygen means we get the acid. The remaining things is the same one, and right hand side compound name is gluconic acid. So on glucose, when it is reacted with the bromine water, it gives gluconic acid. The gluconic acid we are getting from the aldehyde part alone oxidized to give acid. The remaining thing is same, that is called as gluconic acid. Now see the left hand side. Glucose, when it is reacted with the strong oxidizing agent. Which one is strong oxidizing agent? Means concentrated nitric acid. Here the topmost part we have aldehyde, that part is oxidized and then gives the acid. The same way in bottom we have the primary CH2OH group, it is also oxidized to give acid. That is here the top and then bottom both the one changed as a acid. This compound name is glucoric acid. So another name for glucoric acid is saccharic acid. It will ask in one word ma. So the glucose, when it is oxidized with the help of strong oxidizing agent with a concentrated nitric acid, it changed as a glucoric acid. Another name for glucoric acid is saccharic acid. From that gluconic acid and gluconic acid we are going to confirm that aldehyde part is present in one end, and from the gluconic acid we are going to confirm that it contains the primary alcohol group in another end. Further, we are going to confirm the presence of aldehyde group by the reaction. One is Tollens reagent, another one is filling solution. What is Tollens reagent means? It is a ammonical silver nitrate. When the glucose is treated with the ammonical silver nitrate, the glucose contain aldehyde. It is indicated in green color, that alone changed as a acid. And then the silver, it is changed as a silver nitrate is changed as a silver metal, that is reduced. Silver nitrate is reduced as a silver metal, but glucose is oxidized to gluconic acid. Then another filling solution. Filling solution means it is alkaline copper sulfate. Then when it treated with the glucose, the same way the aldehyde group alone, it is oxidized to acid, so we get gluconic acid. And then the CuO, it is reduced as a Cu2O, we get as a red precipitate. So this reaction confirms that the presence of aldehyde group in the glucose. Next, we are going to confirm the 5 alcohol groups present in the glucose. When the glucose is reacted with the acetic anhydride, I indicated there is how many alcohol in glucose? 5 alcohols. That alcohol touch, it is removed with the help of CH3COO in acetic anhydride as a acetic acid. The remaining CH3CO, it is added in instead of hydrogen in the glucose, we get glucose pentaacetate. So that producing the glucose pentaacetate, it says that it contains 5 alcohol groups. Which one contains 5 alcohol groups? The glucose contains 5 alcohol groups. Dehydration. What is dehydration? D means removal, hydration means water. So removal of water, it is not possible in glucose because it is a stable compound. This one indicate that there is not more than one hydroxyl group is present in the one carbon, that is single carbon. So from that we can conclude that the 5 hydroxyl groups, that is attached with 5 different compound, different carbon atom, and 6th carbon it possesses aldehyde group. Then 8th one, the exact arrangement of OH group, it was given by Emil Fischer. It is indicated in the diagram 14.4. In this one, the 6th carbon, the first carbon is CHO, the second carbon to 5th carbon it contains OH group and then one hydrogen, and 6th carbon it has primary alcohol CH2OH. The second carbon to 5th carbon, it is a asymmetric carbon, that is it is a chiral carbon, and it is for D plus glucose. Why it is called as D plus glucose means it has the D configuration. D configuration means the bottom chiral carbon, it has the OH group in right hand side, so that it is a D configuration, and it rotates the plane polarized lights in the clockwise direction, so it is a dextrorotatory. So far we studied the structure of glucose in a linear form. It is called as open chain structure. The open chain pentahydroxyl aldehyde structure, it is not satisfied by the some chemical behavior. It is not explained some chemical behavior. What does that mean? The simple aldehyde, they will form the crystalline bisulfate when they react with the sodium bisulfate. Like that, the glucose, when it react with the sodium bisulfate, it did not form the crystalline bisulfate. Then the simple aldehyde, they will give the positive Skiff test. They will answer the Skiff test, but the glucose, it does not give any answer for the Skiff test. Then another one, the glucose, it is oxidized by Tollens reagent and filling solution. The same way we get the pentaacetate derivative from glucose. That pentaacetate derivative, they did not answer for the tolerance reagent and Fehling solution. So this behavior not explained by the open chain structure, so that we are concluding that some other structure is present for the glucose, that is it may be a cyclic structure. We will see in next slide. Going to see how the open structure is changed as a cyclic structure. That is, the fifth carbon, it has the hydroxyl group NOMA. That fifth carbon hydroxyl group, it react with the aldehyde group present in the first carbon, so that the aldehyde now changed as a chiral one. You see the left hand side, it also contains 6 carbon in cyclic way. Then the first carbon, around the first carbon there is 4 different groups. One side oxygen, one side hydrogen, one side OH group, one side the CHOH, that is second carbon is having. So the aldehyde now in cyclic group, cyclic structure, it is changed as a chiral carbon. Chiral carbon means around the carbon it has the different groups, that is called as chiral one. So in the left hand side, the first carbon, one of the hydrogen is present in the top, the OH group is present in the bottom. In the left hand side also we are having the same cyclic structure. What is the difference between that these two structure means, in the right hand side the OH group is present in the top and hydrogen is present in the bottom. So we get the two anomers. Two anomers means they have the same structure but different same molecular formula but different structural formula. How it is differ means, in the left hand side the OH group is present at the bottom, and right hand side the first carbon, the OH group is present at the top side. So this is the difference, that is called as, these two cyclic structure are called as anomers. And another, the cyclic structure we can call this one is a hemiacetal form. So that the linear structure they never explain the crystalline form. The crystalline form they give the different melting point 419 and 423 Kelvin. It is not explained in the linear structure, but in the cyclic structure we can say that one of the cyclic structure having the melting point 419 Kelvin, another cyclic structure may have the melting point 423 Kelvin. Alpha D glucose. What is alpha D glucose means, the first carbon, the OH group is present in the bottom, means it is called as alpha carbon. And the beta carbon, beta D glucose, in the right hand side it is called as beta D glucose. Why it is called as beta means, the first carbon, the configuration, the OH group is present at the top, that is called as beta D glucose. When the open structure, the aldehyde group is reacted with the fifth carbon hydroxy group, we get the two cyclic structure, that is called as anomers. That anomers having two form, one is alpha form, another one is beta form. In alpha form, the OH group is present in the bottom, the first carbon, the OH group is present in the bottom, and beta form means the OH group in the first carbon, it is present in the top. And these two structure are similar to the pyron. Pyron I indicated in blue color box. The pyron structure, it has the 5 carbon and 1 oxygen atom. The same way in the glucose also it contain 5 carbon, but one of the carbon is present in the not in present in the cyclic ma, but it has the 6 carbon. Glucose, it has 6 carbon but 5 carbon and alone it is present in the cyclic structure like the pyron. So it is called as pyranose form. We can say the name of that glucose is alpha D glucopyranose and beta D glucopyranose. Then the specific rotation of alpha glucose is 112 degree and specific rotation of beta D glucose is 18.7 degree. And when the glucose is dissolved in water, it is slowly that alpha D glucose is converted into open chain form. First of all, the alpha D glucose changed into a open form, then again the open form slowly changed into beta D glucose. The same way the beta D glucose it is changed as a open chain, Afterward, the open chain is changed as a alpha D glucose. So, interchanging of beta D glucose into alpha D glucose, the alpha D glucose is changed as a beta D glucose in while they are dissolved in water. This phenomenon is called as mutarotation. The changing is occurred through the open chain only. All the changes occurred in the equilibrium state, so that the equilibrium is given between the structure. The equilibrium, see that on the forward and backward arrow is given in that one. Please note it down. It is occur in the equilibrium state only. The mutarotation means interchanging of the structure via the open chain structure. There is a structural difference in the asymmetric carbon we obtained, means they are called as epimers. Now see the example, D-mannose and D-glucose. You please see the D-mannose and D-glucose alone. In both the structure, top we are having CHO. Afterward we are having 4CHOH. The bottom we are having CH2OH. But please see the second carbon alone. In second carbon, in glucose the OH group is present in the right hand side, but in mannose the OH group is present in the left hand side. This is the difference between D-mannose and D-glucose. The second carbon is a asymmetric carbon. There we are obtaining the different configuration, so that it is called as C2 epimers. So in second carbon alone the structure is different, so that the D-mannose and D-glucose is called as C2 epimers. Now you see the glucose and D-galactose. In this one you concentrate on the fourth carbon. The fourth carbon in glucose the OH group is present in the right hand side, but in fourth carbon in galactose the OH group is present in the left hand side. So it is the difference between these two, D-glucose and D-galactose. They are differ in the fourth carbon alone, so that they are called as C4 epimers. So this epimerization, it requires one enzyme. That enzyme name is epimerase. And this process, the changing of the converted one epimer is converted into another epimer with the help of this enzyme. That process is called as epimerization. For example, glucose we can convert it into galactose with the help of this enzyme epimerase in our body.